Hi everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. So today we are discussing a very touchy and yet very deep subject, because when people in a marriage don't wake up together, it can be very difficult. So what happened between us is that we did not wake up at the same time from a very high controlled group, which is Jehovah's Witnesses. So today we just want to talk about our challenges and experiences and how we overcame those experiences. It's my husband's first time to the channel, so please welcome.
Thank you, and thank you very much for having me. I've been quite reluctant to show my face, but I believe in what you're doing, and I think your channel is a great platform to let people know your story, and hopefully it resonates with someone. So if I can contribute my 1 cent. Absolutely, and anything for wifey too. So here I am.
Thank you so much for visiting us, and you're very welcome. A lot of people have been looking forward to hearing from both of us, because we were married in the truth, what Jehovah's Witnesses call it. So it can be very devastating when the partners don't wake up at the same time from these high controlled groups. So we want to know, how did you come to know the truth? How did you become a Jehovah's Witness?
So my story is not different from many Jehovah's Witness. So I am a B&B, born and bred.
Okay.
Yeah, so my parents were all Jehovah's Witnesses, and my entire family, the nuclear family, we all grew up as Jehovah's Witnesses. So yeah, that's how I became it. And I've lived as a witness my entire life. Yeah.
Okay, so would you say the truth sort of found you, because you didn't search for anything? The truth got you.
The truth chose me. I didn't choose it. The truth.
That's exactly what happened to me. For those who have been to the channel for a while, will remember that I was born in the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses. So I'm a born in. So we're both born in, right? Jehovah's Witnesses have the slogan, or I don't know, best life ever kind of situation. Would you deeply, genuinely say, as a Jehovah's Witness, I was really happy?
Really, really happy.
Was it the best life ever?
You know me. I've always been a very positive, happy, smiling person. As a person, that's my natural disposition. So I will be happy, regardless of whether I'm a Jehovah's Witness or I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. As for Jehovah's Witness being the best part of my life, it's hard to paint a broad brush. There've been moments within my life as a Jehovah's Witness that has been very positive. I've had good friends with positive influences, I really connect with them. I met you as a Jehovah's Witness. So there have been pockets of great things coming into my life from being a Jehovah's Witness, but I would say most of my positive and more or greater things in my life actually happened because I did not want to follow Jehovah's Witness directions or principles. So I went to school. I did my master's, and the benefit that has resulted from that to me in my life has been very, very positive and amazing. And that's something that happened from me deciding not to act like a Jehovah's Witness. I traveled to Canada, like Jehovah's Witnesses will encourage you to stay close to your family. The world is coming to an end. But I was like, no, I'm going to explore. So I traveled to Canada. I decided to live a different kind of life. And I met you in Canada. I have a family in Canada, and I'm having a great life in Canada just because I decided not. So, yeah, it's in a short form, I would say most of the positive things have happened because I did not want to be a Jehovah's Witness, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to add to that point.
Yeah.
It's only when you sit back, relax a little bit, and reflect on your life in general. And reflecting on my life, I started to realize that all the times when I did not listen to the governing body, it's when things actually went right in my life. Like just you mentioned higher education and so many things. So for me personally, not listening to the governing body is what led to great joys and happinesses in my life. But hey, if you're born into this organization, you are surrounded by repetitive thoughts that you are happy. So you most of the times feel the urge to smile and display that happiness that everybody talks about. Yeah.
And also, just like we always say, the best part of our lives is always the rest of our lives. So to the question of has being a Jehovah's Witness been the best part of my life, now I confidently say no, because I know the best part of my life are ahead of me.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm gonna make every single day count. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So now, I want to talk about the privileges, because in the organization there are privileges, and especially for you as a brother or as a man, you most likely had privileges. Like, do you want to take us through privileges that you had in the organization?
Yeah, I had like normal privileges, nothing extraordinary. But like I did the accounts, I did book study readings. I was at the literature counter. I did sound. I did not get to the point where I was like an elder or a ministerial servant, but I had enough things to do within the organization that will be considered as privileges. And like for me, I didn't really want to extend myself too much when it comes to privileges, because I saw them for what they are. It's not it's not the extraordinary. It's
Right.
just and
Yeah, I'm gonna ask another question on that topic of privileges, but I just wanna also remind you that we had field service group coming over our house every Saturday. The group met at our house, and that's a sign of good spiritual standing. If you're a family and you're hosting the service group, it means you have a really fine reputation. And we also had part in the assembly at the assembly.
That's right.
Yeah, which was I'll make another video on that one, because the more you work behind the scenes of these conventions and assemblies, you get to see the organization for what it is. That will be like another video for next time. It was bizarre. And then you also cleaned the bathrooms.
Yeah, that's a big privilege. It's a huge privilege. Yeah,
it is a privilege, because not everybody gets that opportunity, in the sense that the brothers, like if you're gonna have to clean at the assembly, you have to have a good name in the congregation, when they take the list of those who are cleaning. So it's a privilege, and it's for Jehovah, right?
Isn't that weird? No. The privilege of clean.
It is a privilege
Yeah.
because Jehovah drew you to this special organization. So to be able to clean his bathrooms, it's a privilege.
Sanctify his bathrooms.
All right. So now we're going to like a very important part of the discussion, which is the waking up, because that's your waking up that actually affected the family. I mean, we just a little background. We did everything together, you know, as a spiritual couple in the truth, in the organization. We went service together. We went to the meetings together. We were, as a head of the family, you were conducting family worship. So the moment you decided to leave the organization, it means now all of that spiritual fun was gone for us as a family. So I just want to know, I want you to take us through how you woke up.
So it's like, for the reason why I woke up, it's not like an instantaneous thing. You know, it's been coming. It's been a collection of events that eventually culminated into me living. So one of such events was the talk about higher education. You know, like, I listened to that talk from the governing body member, and I was like, man, this is not right. You know, the talk made me feel so dumb because the reasons that they were giving for not going to school, for not trying to improve your knowledge, it was so basic, it was so babyish, to the point that I felt, man, what is this all? Is this really from the scriptures, or is this some organizational tactics to try and control people? You know. So after we came back from that talk, you remember, I just kept going over and over and asking you, maybe I didn't hear something right. Can you give me more perspectives? And so that talk was a big event for me. The other one was like when my mom and dad passed away. You know, when something like that happens to you, you get deep, you get philosophical, and you try to look for deeper meaning to things and try to question the beliefs that you have. So I started questioning my beliefs as a Jehovah's Witnesses, beliefs about death, about resurrection, about the purpose of life. But those beliefs could not stand the critical analysis that I was conducting. Every time I critically look into them, it's like the walls were breaking. They were breaking, you know. So it's like, man. So, and the more I question, the more I critically examine it and research, I realize, oh my gosh, what is this? You know, what are these babyish arguments and childish discussion I'm having here? And then I started doing research about this organization. So it prompted me to be bold and really go deep into my beliefs and question myself, you know. So I started researching about the organization, and I started, you know, actually reading critically the materials that we have. And so all throughout my research and everything, and it got to the point where, like, you know, that article about the many ups and downs and many back and forth in terms of our theological understanding as an organization, the many changes that we've made in our understanding, you know. So when that I started going through the list of beliefs clarified, right, I was like, oh man, it was just too much. I was like, man, so if the governing body members were like a pilot and I'm flying a plane, like, to be, in all honesty, would I be confident sitting on a plane? These are the teachings, these are the people who are the custodians of the truth and supposed to give me happiness and supposed to lead me to a life that God Himself has promised. It's impossible. So that boldness for me to discuss my faith also helped me. So then the child abuse videos and documentaries started. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was bold enough just to watch the Australian Commission.
Australian Royal Commission.
I was just bold enough. I was like, man, and I started listening to this governing body member lying on the stand and embellishing the truth and massaging it in ways just to get some legal leeway. I was like, man, these are the people that I think they would die for the truth. They would say they wouldn't care as long as they're speaking the truth. They are willing to say it regardless of the consequences. And I look at this man, started just extending himself, just trying to manipulate the storylines about our beliefs, just so. This is embarrassing. So
wow, accept it.
Yeah, that's right. And so, babe, the bottom line is like the truth is I've always known this is not the truth. And even if it's a part of truth, it's never the absolute truth. I've always knew that. So when I was making the decision to eventually leave, I had gotten to that point where like I couldn't take it anymore. So I was like, okay, I'm out. No matter the consequence. I know I'm gonna lose all my friends and I'm going to lose family and stuff. But I was like, no, I don't want to live a fake life for the rest of my life. And like our motto, our slogan is the best life.
We would rather live the best of our lives.
Is the rest of our life. The best of our life is the rest of our life. That's it. It's not the good old days. No. It's always no. So I was like, okay, I'm 35. Okay.
Enough is enough.
I probably have another 35 ahead of me before
and
I pass. So I'm gonna make sure I stay true to myself and live a more spiritual, meaningful life with me and God. And no humans, intermediaries.
I wanna emphasize though that when you made the decision to leave Jehovah, it brought a lot of changes in our household. Now we have a daughter who just recently turned 8, and after you decided to leave, before I actually get to the challenges, did you write a letter? I think our viewers want to know. Did you write a disassociation letter, or how did you?
I didn't, man. I broke up with this organization. Like, when you're tired with your girlfriend and you want to break up with them in a very nonchalant way, you just test them. With the organization, over a test. I just said it's like a 2-sentence test. Just greeting, introduction. Hi, brothers and sisters. So I just wanted you to know I no longer wish to be known as a Jehovah's Witness. I didn't give the reason.
Okay.
I love mystery. I love to be mysterious. I said nope. And he asked me why are you leaving? I said no. I don't want to be a Jehovah's Witness. That's it. And I told them not to contact me again because my mind is made up. And that's it.
Yeah, because honestly, I would say to our viewers, you do it on your own terms, because other people have felt, expressing their reasons or opinions. It works for them, and it's beautiful if it works for you that way. But if you feel like you don't want to give any explanation to anyone, it's still like a really good thing to do.
For me, I feel like I don't owe anybody explanation.
It was a combination of a lot of things that led to your decision to finally leave the organization. And on the note of higher education, I remember like we were discussing the reasons that the member of the governing body gave why we can go to university. One of it being, you become haughty. If you're educated more than everybody else, you're gonna think you're better than others. I mean, honestly, that line of reasoning, it's so weak, because people sometimes don't even have food, don't even have anything, let alone education, but can be haughty and think they're better.
I've met a haughty illiterate before. In Ghana, we call them village champions. Local chairman. Doesn't know left from right, but hey.
You are the head of the family, you are the spiritual head, and your decision to leave Jehovah, quote unquote, it's definitely going to affect your family, because you had the responsibility of teaching your wife and your kid, and then now that you are leaving the organization, now your wife becomes a spiritual widow. And how were you like processing that?
No, it was an integral part of my decision making process. And actually that's what kept me in the organization for some time. Extended my research to the point where I had to, because I told myself, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta do it right, and I need to have a solid and a firm basis for making such an impactful decision. Right?